Hey, thanks for connecting. So let's go through some of this stuff, and hopefully some of this will inspire you and give you ideas for what you could be doing. Um, Certainly, I think this stuff is inspiring and can have a transformative effect in your business. So let's just go through some of this. Um, the first thing is what is the appropriate product, media, channel for sharing your gifts more wisely and more widely. And let's start with what may be the gold standard, right? The gold standard is your book. Um, a lot of people, I won't say most, a lot of people have this in their head. They're like, I want to write a book. I've learned so much. I have so much knowledge, experience. I want to write a book. And I think that's a great impulse. Okay. The, a second question will be, how are we going to use the book? But just let's focus on the idea of the book. We want to get you to envision a sort of regular book, physically published book that you can distribute. You can sell online, you can distribute to your customers, you can distribute to your business partners. Don't be intimidated by the book. The book can be either solely War and Peace by Fraser O'Leary, or it can be a combination, a group effort with you and your business partners or you and other contributors. So, but you can see on the screen some of the benefits of creating and sharing this product. And a book is really a great way to establish your authority, your expertise, make you a little bit of a celebrity with old and new clients. So it's not as good as a real book, but it still has some of the same elements. You can make an ebook physically look the same way in terms of its format and cover, etc. Obviously, can be more widely distributed, and in combination with a book or as a standalone, this is a great way for you to share your knowledge and experience. So this is the client customer handbook is one of my favorite projects because it really gives us an opportunity to look at your business, look at what you have, look at how you think about serving your customers. I mean, this is really you in a box. I want to be there with my new customers or my old customers and give them value. So this is, what supplemental forms do we provide? What checklists do we provide? What articles do we provide? What contacts do we provide? What directories do we provide? And this is really going to take your business. I mean, on some level, this is the first thing that I would recommend anybody doing. Because whether it's 4 pages or whether it's 400 pages, it's going to create a lot of value for your customers, and it's going to give you a lot of clarity as to what you have versus what you need. And this can be distributed electronically, but I would certainly recommend for almost any business that a customer walks away with stuff. When they sign up with you, when they were new with you, when they buy from you, when you're done with your visit, whatever it is, they walk away with stuff. Having a defined intake and conversion process is absolutely essential. You need to say, okay, I mean, even if it's as simple as Guy calls, I talk to Guy, I ask Guy whether he wants to buy. Boom, written down, what is it? Because once we have it written down, we can add steps to it, or we can add stuff to the steps, or we can change the messaging of the steps. We can start to refine that process. And that's really when you start being able to monkey around with results. You sit there and say, okay, I have people coming to the site, but they're not converting. What can I do? Or they're opting in, but then they're not following up for their appointments. What can I do? They're coming for appointments, but they're not interested in taking the next step. What can I do? They're taking the next step, but they're not buying. What can I do? They're buying, but they're canceling. What can I do? Okay, and that's an intake and conversion process, and we're going to talk about, converting a customer to a decision or a prospect to a decision versus activating them, onboarding them, moving them forward through their actual fulfillment. But defining that process, sketching it out, adding steps, adding stuff, changing the messaging is transformative.